This is Christ Presbyterian Church, the sanctuary. This is where I walked in September of 2008. I walked in an atheist, well, a Christianity-hating agnostic, and left a born-again Christian with a spirit-filled family. Hello, this is part 2 of God's Path to Me. I ended, I believe, in October of 2008. Flash forward to the next year, spring of 2009. Had a Dependable Strengths workshop, which is basically where you pray, you look at your strengths, and you let God lead you to where you are meant to be. And my strengths were, of course, faith, but were also empathy and creativity. And with what happened at the Halloween party with Edgewood, I knew that I wanted to work with teens using theater, and I went home and I Googled and I found drama therapy. And I realized that moment that I have to go back to school. And so I did. That summer I took one class, which was English Comp, where we studied, where we read Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad and King Leopold's Ghost. That talked about what happened in the Congo and how the natives were like brutalized by the rubber plantations, and how two writers actually showed what was going on. And a Christian, a pastor who spoke out against and wrote against this, was actually sued for libel. And so you had cardinals on the side of King Leopold, and you had Protestants on the side of the natives. And it was then when I found out my three Christian theory. Number one is they are whitewashed tombs. They are still wicked people, but they coat their wickedness in the veneer of Christianity. Number two, I call the diners. They are ones that don't participate in the evil acts, but they don't speak out against them either. The third is the shining lights. Those are the ones that bring light to justice and bring light to injustice, speak out for the oppressed, and does God's work here on earth. I also wrote this as a bit of evangelizing, being able to talk about my faith, and again, show that Christianity is not what atheists believe it is. And so I went back to school, and I had did church. My faith was really, really strong back then. It was on fire. And in 2010, I started getting more anxious because I was diagnosed with OCD, general anxiety, social anxiety. And I rode my bike around the lake. This, I think, was in August of 2010. And I was coming back from the church, and I heard in a loud voice, "Surrender to Babylon." Now, a lot of people think, oh, that's surrendering to evil. But no, it's from Jeremiah when King Hezekiah was running to Egypt. But Jeremiah said, "Surrender to Babylon and you'll be safe." He didn't, and his kids were killed, and he was blinded. And I realized that was God telling me, surrender, accept that you have this mental illness, and that God is with me during that time. Then, that January, I had a complete breakdown. Due to a medication withdrawal, I didn't sleep for 105 hours, and I basically had to be put into St. Mary's mental ward for about a week. And I basically couldn't leave my parents' house for like 2 months after that, and I found out about Rogers Memorial Hospital where I did therapy, and it helped me. It saved my life. And I mean, God, of course, God also. I believe in psychology, but I also believe that God works through that. And I didn't think I was going to be able to go back to school, but I did. And with the support of my church and friends, I was able to go back to school. And had classes, Spanish, intro to psychology, abnormal psychology, all the like. And 2011, 2012, went good. I'm going to talk about the 2000 teens, my work in retail, getting fired from my work in retail, and the struggles that I have to get my diploma next time. God bless. This is my church from the outside. Christ Presbyterian Church. Like I said, it's a loving church. We have very relaxing areas to be outside. There's a steeple. Now, remember when I said about the big Jesus statue? They took that down, which I'm kind of upset about, but the cross is up instead. But anyway, so that's my church, and I'll talk to you later.